Right. Hey, nice to see you. See you, man. No, no, just trying out my very first live stream and just kind of checking things out. See how they run and everything. It's uh, it's actually a little bit more different than what I was originally anticipating. Just because I'm not actually used to this type of format, but it seems like I'm overall figuring things out pretty quick. Hopefully, it continues on a positive road. Oh, I definitely plan on having a little bit of fun with this. So, I'm still trying to figure out what overall direction I want to go with the mixture of basically my loves of comic books, professional wrestling, and even music. So I'm just kind of seeing what route I can basically go to basically combine all those into different live streams, videos, and different things like that. No, my channel is pretty chill. Just new comic day pics, hauls, and mail calls. Sometimes less is more, and that's all good. I can definitely understand that. I just figured go ahead and try to see what is all out there so I can choose on whether I want to expand on everything that I wind up actually doing so that I can definitely have fun with it nonetheless. Hopefully, it winds up being a little bit more fun and entertaining for myself and everyone involved. And one thing that I'm definitely excited over is them eventually doing the Book of Boba Fett when that comes out at the end of December. Because it seems like with the overall success of The Mandalorian, they're actually willing to basically invest into older characters that a lot of people and like my age group and even my age group's kids actually grew up watching. And I find that very interesting in the sense that it's become more of a multi-generational aspect of everything. Because, frankly, who doesn't love Boba Fett? I know that with the original trilogy, he seemed very quiet and mysterious, and frankly, I think that kind of transcended down the road into other characters such as the Doom guy from the main Doom video games, and even Master Chief and the Halo franchise, because all of them are known for being basically men of few words, and that kind of lets a person basically put themselves into that character's shoes even more so than if you had a character that was talking all the time throughout the whole entire length of the movie or the TV show or video game. And that type of character actually interests me quite a bit. And I want to be able to see more of this type of character gets put into a broad range of situations that we have not necessarily been able to see him in the different types of visual media, whether it's YouTube or Netflix, cable, all the way to the theatrical releases. And that's something that has always interested me. And even though I've been collecting only about 2 years now, I've been actually quite drawn to anything that's Boba Fett's related. With the different Star Wars comics, or even Punisher to an extended degree, because of how much of a silent character each tends to be, but also is able to relay all sorts of different tones. The reason Boba Fett was loved was the mystery behind him. Do you think that Disney is taking away from his lore by giving him a backstory? Uh, in some ways, I can see where somebody might potentially think that. But when you kind of think about the fact that his whole entire, well, at least adult life, has been known to be a bounty hunter, it seems like seeing him go on these different missions and have these different experiences and encounters, it basically fleshes him out without overextending the character as a whole. It's kind of like with Clint Eastwood movies. If I'm not mistaken, there were about 3, 4 Dirty Harry movies. And Clint Eastwood has always been basically the strong silent type when it comes to actors in different movies, and that's been part of his appeal throughout his whole entire career. So, for me, as a Star Wars, as both a Star Wars fan and a fan of that type of character, I think it actually basically helps show the life that he lives without making him completely in your face, in the sense of like you're for the lack of a better term, in your face like a Looney Tune character. It basically makes the whole entire scene basically be the whole entire character instead of just letting the character be the whole entire scene. You know, and when it comes to, and basically as a further explanation, you know, oh, unless you actually have read any of the lore involving the comic books for Star Wars, nobody knew that Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit. Last that the majority of people even saw Boba Fett was when he got knocked off of that barge by Han Solo at the end of Return of the Jedi. And with Sarlacc, his digestion is like over 1,000 years long. So, Boba Fett pretty much just got knocked out a little bit and was able to figure out how to get out before he got slowly digested into Sarlacc poop, as I would choose to call it on the stream. And I'm not sure about UC list, Eamon, but I'm actually kind of excited to check out the new Venom movie that's coming out tomorrow. What's your thoughts on it? The Book of Boba Fett was a project that wasn't announced until after the first season of The Mandalorian. Do you think it's a rush project or something ultra secret because of his appearance in The Mando? Uh, it's it's probably a little bit hard to say, at least right now, just based on the fact that they are being secretive about uh, everything that's being announced and shown off for the fan base. Because at most, I've mainly seen just promotional posters and a couple images here and there. And overall, with Star Wars as a franchise, because it does normally in the past has had a very passionate fan base. They choose to try to keep everything secret so that when it does get released, it basically gets everybody coming together instead of getting all these spoilers that you wind up hearing about with so many other movies. Oh, probably the biggest leak that I ever remember hearing over the last couple of years was involving the new James Bond movie with how they were operating things with changes up on the whole entire system. And it looks like I got guests in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and bring them on and see what's going on with this good stuff.
Blue hell
You see,
yeah.
man. How you
What's
doing?
going on, brother? You said this is a hangout. We're gonna be hanging out. You question you asked me a question, and you know what? I was like, you know what? I feel like this is one of those answers that need to come to you. That needs to come to you directly. You asked me about Venom 2. Are you gonna watch it?
Oh, Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch it this weekend because of my work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely by Tuesday or Wednesday of this next week, I'm planning on watching it myself.
Uh-huh.
Because Venom, just like so many other characters, became very popular when I was a kid
Yeah.
back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And even though, granted, the first Venom, it wasn't the best in comparison to standalone comic book related movies, I just loved being able to see Venom on screen. And I'm hoping that they can actually flesh things out even further than what they had previously done with the first film.
See, the first film I found, it was fun. I didn't hate it. I actually love Tom Hardy as an actor himself. Like, I've grown to enjoy Tom Hardy's performances, and a lot of the things that he does is very diverse. I love that guy. I love him as Bane. Like, I really do. Like, I have this thing where I try to mimic like the Bane voice that he does. But in Venom, like he was good. I hated Anne. I hated the actress who played Anne. So I felt like she took away a lot from the movie. And then I don't know, the voice of Venom, and I don't know. But to my understanding, when you go back and watch Venom, it's all about the banter between Eddie and Venom, right? That's really what you watch the movie for. And that's what I'm hearing about the next movie, is that if you're gonna go watch this movie, you're gonna see carnage, but pay attention to the banter between Eddie and Venom, because I've heard already, no spoilers though, that it's good as far as their banter, like their relationship, like you see it grow and it's good. Am I going to see it this weekend? I probably won't be able to watch it this weekend. I'm honestly going to wait for reviews to see, how I feel about it. Cause I was, right now in the COVID life, it's kind of weird to go out to a movie theater. I did go see Shang-Chi. I thought that was worth it. But we'll see what happens with Venom.
And with me, I live here in Lincoln, Nebraska, and the main like movie theater company is Marcus Theaters,
Mm-hmm.
and every Tuesday they have $5 Tuesdays.
Oh, nice.
So depending upon how my work schedule plays out this next week, I might wind up going and checking it out on Tuesday. That way, I basically get half price ticket admission.
That's the way to do it, really. I used to be just like, I need to watch the movie as soon as it comes out. Like that Thursday, there's a special Wednesday night showing. I was all about it. I love going to the movie theaters. I live out here in the San Francisco Bay Area, so I have a lot of movie theaters to choose from. There are days where I would go to San Francisco, I would go to San Jose, I would go to different movie theaters just because the availability. I personally like watching my movies in Dolby, in AMC's Dolby theaters, man. It's beautiful. It's crisp, comfortable chairs. But like I said, though, because of COVID, right now I'm just kind of like, just trying to be a little bit more at ease with watching it. And what sucks over here in the Bay is that if you watch like an earlier show, a matinee show or something like that, for some reason the sound just doesn't hit as hard. For some reason the sound is just not as good, as opposed to watching like an afternoon non-matinee evening movie where they turn everything up. They turn up the dial and you just hear the booms in the next room, and it's awesome, right? And it's the experience. You go to a movie theater not to watch a movie, but to experience the movie with other folks, with other like-minded people. And in this COVID life, man, it's really weird. Like as much as I want to, I'm trying to keep my distance until I feel safe again.
I understand exactly what you mean with the whole coronavirus stuff. No, granted, not very few people I personally know have been affected by it, but my oldest brother actually got it, and granted, he's in shape and just recently retired from the army within the last couple of years. But for him, it was basically just a really severe version of the flu when it comes to the symptoms that he was displaying.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it's one of those things where you just want to be safe and not carry that and bring that over. My daughter caught it. She's 11, but she was asymptomatic, but she could give it to her mom or to her little brother who's not ready. So right now in my family and in all of my bubbles in my family, my household, we're all trying to chill with trying to go out to a movie. My sister just texted me. She's like, I just went and saw Shang-Chi. There was hardly anybody in the movie theater, and whoever was there, we kept our distance. She loved it. She was like, it was a great movie. And I loved Shang-Chi. I loved it so much. It was like such a surprise hit. And I loved being back in the movie theater. But it sucks because there's just that extra, that it just hits extra hard when you have the whole crowd there. Just like, come on. Endgame. Avengers! Assemble. Yeah! We see people running up and down the aisles. Yeah! You know, that's the movie experience that I absolutely love. You know, I went and watched Transformers, the Michael Bay movies, like 2 days before it released. Like only the Transformers nerds knew about it. And there was that one line. No one saw the movie, but there was one line in the movie that every single Transformer nerd knew, and that was towards the end when Megatron and Optimus were fighting, and you hear Optimus, one shall stand, and everyone in the movie there, everyone, one shall fall, yeah. And that's the movie experience that I absolutely love, and I can't wait for that to come back. I really can. So once it comes back, I'm sure Eternals, we're not going to get it maybe in halfway through phase 4 of the MCU movies, but let's hope that we get back to that excitement again.
And honestly, when the Rise of Skywalker, the last Star Wars movie came out, I oddly enough had been off of work on a Tuesday morning, and went and paid $5, and this is 2018 or whatever, and I had this is like 9:30 in the morning, had the whole entire theater to myself, and wound up watching the whole thing. And The Mandalorian had just came out a couple months earlier for the first few episodes, and I wound up going back to the theater about a week and a half later to watch it a second time, and the theater was halfway full, and everybody got so damn excited, like what you're talking about, because everybody just completely decided to have fun. And
that's the biggest thing. Have fun. Just have fun at the movie theater, and that's the best way to experience a movie.
And the friend that I wound up going with the second time, he had seen zero spoilers because he avoided the Facebook and social media like the plague until he could see the movie. And I completely started messing with him by saying that Baby Yoda shows up, and I was like, "Ooh, Baby Yoda's showing up right here in about 2 minutes."
Really?
Gotcha. It completely got him going because it was during the scene when they were looking for the sword. Basically the scene that built up for when they were looking for the sword in the desert, and they were going to that festival. That's the part that I started messing with him about Baby Yoda on. And I was like, yeah, he's in that group of children right there.
Really? Where? Oh, man, I can only imagine he was right there looking, and nothing. You would mess with him.
Of course, I had to build suspense somehow when I had the chance.
And that's having fun at the movie theater. That's what, and that's the thing right there, man. Right? You have fun, bring smiles, build up anticipation. Everyone's there for the same reason, to be entertained, and sometimes you just got to create your own entertainment. That's one of the best ways to do it right there. It's mess with a friend. Why not?
And hell, do you remember the movie Ninja Assassin that came out in like 2008?
Not Ninja Assassin. I don't remember that one. I remember Assassin, and it was Ninja. Is it the same guy that was like in the shadows and cutting up people, or is that something completely different? I know the movie is.
There's a lot of shadow work with this Ninja Assassin. He basically quits the basically the clan that he was a part of.
Oh yeah, that's the movie that I'm thinking of. Yeah. Ninja Assassin. I don't know why I only knew the term itself, but yes, I remember this one. This is a great movie. This was
Yeah, it
awesome.
was very great. The only it's one of those movies that's overly gory in its own right, but so because of that plethora of blood and guts and gore, it basically built up the movie even more for me.
Yeah.
And I wound up going to this movie with 5 of my friends, and there's a scene involving him protecting this woman, and he quietly goes, "Be quiet, they're coming." And she's like, "Who's coming?" My friend out loud goes, "Who do you think, Barney the fucking dinosaur?" And the whole entire theater erupts in laughter because nobody was expecting it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't wait till we get back to being able to do that stuff more frequently. Because granted, I know that we've had a few concerts across the nation and a few large gatherings, but it seems like we're not emotionally ready to get back to that quite yet.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to take a little bit of time. Everyone's still on edge. And we eventually will. And I'm looking forward to that, my friend. Well, hey, listen, I got to jump off. It is 5:00 in the afternoon over here where I'm at. I got to go meet up with my girlfriend for our beer night, because tonight, every Thursday is beer night. So we got to go. I have to go drink beer. Oh, poor me,
Hey, just make sure to have one for the comic book community.
You know what? I'll do that right there. All right, brother. Have a good night.
Deuces. Yeah, you too. Have fun, Eamon. Well, either way, that was a fun experience. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night right there. Have fun, be safe, and collect your way.